most of my life. I have a car, 2 kids, and a wife. I'll probably be here for the rest of my life. I'm living on the island. When summer comes and winter falls, the island ladies go to shopping malls. Take daddy's credit card and charge it all. They're living on an island. Oh, we're living on Long Island. Oh, you know it's so much fun. I'm living on the island. I'm just basking in the sun.
Hey, Anthony, give me a vodka. Is that your Camaro? It's gorgeous.
You know, I went to high school with Billy Joel.
I go to Hamptons on Friday night. I party hard till the sunshine bright. Then I'm sitting in traffic on Sunday night. I'm living on an island. Yeah, living on Long Island. Oh, you know it's so much fun. I'm living on the island. I'm not hurting anyone. Ah.
Hooray!
Happy Tuesday!
Happy Tuesday!
Happy Tuesday!
So exciting. Thank you guys for coming. Before we even start, happy birthday, Mickey Delaney.
Yes, Mickey Delaney. Happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday. He's a big fan of ours.
Yes.
As we start rolling around.
Actually, a big fan of
the studio.
Of the studio.
Yeah, I'd like to say me specifically also.
And you, yes, yeah.
Not Benny. How was your week? What'd you do? I haven't seen you. I miss you. What's going on?
Yeah. Okay. What did I do? I'm trying to think. I got sick over the weekend.
Did you?
And you could tell it in my voice.
Me too. I'm under the weather.
And I had a dream. I had, when you have those weird dreams.
I thought you were about to Martin Luther King me because it was MLK Day, but go ahead. Yeah,
right. When was it? Martin Luther King Day was actually the 16th, right? January 16th.
Okay.
Okay, but his birthday is on the 15th. But it was January 16th.
I had no idea you knew so much about African American studies. Good for you. Good for Benny. You impressed me. All right, so you had a dream.
So I had a dream. That's good. Yeah, I didn't get that at first.
It's all right. I'm here.
I had a dream that I was hanging out with Jack Nicholson.
That's really cool, actually.
Yeah, I was hanging out with Jack. And the whole thing is, I know that Jack is like 82, and he's old. He's not doing that well. I've read about that. He's not doing that well, so he keeps to himself. Two of his children are taking care of him. And everything. So,
Benny, you're stalking Jack Nicholson, aren't you?
What?
You're stalking him,
aren't you? No, actually, I'm hanging out with him. I sit next to him, and I'm like, "Hey, Jack, how you doing?" And it was the young Jack Nicholson of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Jack.
Oh, that's one of my favorites.
But when I was next to him, you could see he looked very old, though. And he looked like he was wearing a hairpiece. And I said, Jack, could we get a picture together? And he said, "Isn't it just fine enough to be sitting next to me? Don't you just like?" So we hung out.
I feel like you might have met him in like the metaphysical.
Yeah,
I feel. Astral projection.
And then I wanted to say something to him because every movie that Jack's in, he's got a classic line.
Of course.
So the only thing I could think of was from Batman, and I looked at him in the face and I went, "Winged freak terrorizes. Wait till they get a load of me."
Out of all the Jack Nicholson
Out of all the Jack Nicholson lines. And I want what you just said, that was in my head during the dream. I'm like, out of every line, the only thing I could think of was, "Wait till they get a load of me." And then after that, he goes, "Oop, oop." And Jack and I were both going, "Oop, oop."
And that was actually his alarm going off.
And that was the dream.
Was it your alarm or your pacemaker going off? Like it's
my pacemaker, yeah. Yes.
Oh, that's lovely. I actually also had a dream that Colin Jost was mean to me. That was the dream.
Who was?
Colin Jost. Jost.
I have no idea.
He's from Saturday Night Live. Well, he was Weekend Update. He was just mean to me. That was just the dream. That's the dreams.
Yeah?
I have dreams where people are mean to me. That's what I have. I don't get along with anyone in real life or in my dreams.
Oh, I get it. People love you.
They're full of it. They're afraid of me. I'm afraid of me. I'm just kidding. But we do have some really exciting guests on our show today.
This is a great show.
We talk about them all the time.
Yes.
I seriously am like the head of the Don Sill fan club. I really, anytime I see Don, it borderlines like harassment, what I do to this poor man. Last time I saw him, we were at a party together. He's like mingling with people who matter, and I just come up to Don like wasted. And I'm like, it's my husband. And then I start telling the bar he's my husband to get me a drink. And Don just looks like he's trying to be cool about it. Don's always so cool. He's like trying to be nice, like, "That's good, John." But like you could see in his face, he was just like, "Get this woman away from me!" And I'm just like, "We're gonna go honeymoon in Aruba," and he's like, "Ha ha ha ha!" Like looking for my husband, like, "Ha ha." So,
and what was your husband doing during this time?
Probably trying to shoot his shot with Don Sill, because I'm pretty sure that's what everybody in the room was trying to do. So. Because he's like on the precipice of, he's always been like kind of on the precipice of being something huge, I feel like. Like he had the Put Up, Stand Up, Shut Up show, which I felt like really took a lot of traction, and then COVID came. And then previous to that, he's been in this business forever. He's always been working behind the scenes, and now he has the movie out that really showcases his talent of directing, of writing, of being an actor, and really also showcases his understanding of the comedy world, you know? There's a lot of juxtaposition in this. It crams a lot of theme into one very tight space. I'm just thinking of Don. Yeah, this is...
Don is a man of many talents.
He's so talented.
And also, we have an up-and-coming talent also on the show.
I know.
Is Austin Brooks.
Austin, what a name. Austin Brooks.
Austin Brooks is, he's one of the main characters in the movie in Comic Sans.
He is.
And we have both of them. We have Don and Austin.
I don't know how we got them together. This is so exciting. It's almost like a reunion show. But
and we have, throughout tonight's show, we have interviews from the Comic Sans premiere, interviews by the one and only Nancy Rizzuti.
That is very true. The in-depth interviewer. Also, we were at the premiere.
We were at the premiere.
We were there. Could you believe I scored a ticket? Whoosh. What a day. What a day for us. But no, the premiere was... I know we spoke about this before, but it was the who's who of Long Island, New York City comedy.
It was.
If you weren't there, you're not there yet.
It was packed. The theater was packed. And the one thing about where they set us up for Nancy to do these interviews, they set us up in the theater while people were coming in and talking. So you will hear a lot of background chatter. But
everybody's like eating popcorn and like munching Twizzlers. I'm like getting lit in the corner.
Yeah, you were getting lit. You were looking for the bar. As soon as she came in, she's like, "Where's the bar?"
I assumed there would be like a champagne tower. Like that'd be like a craft services table. Like this is what I thought. Because when I think Don Sill, I think like, this is gonna be crazy.
A premiere, right?
A premiere, but he kept it super humble, which was like, why, Don? Like, I wanted to shell out, you know. Just saying. But no, we're so excited to have them on the show, and maybe then I'll stop talking about him constantly.
No, we're gonna keep talking.
I know I am.
We are
obsessed.
But like I said last time, and Pat Marone was like he really liked Don Sill, and then I said, if it wasn't for Don Sill, I wouldn't be doing this right now. And he said, well, maybe I don't like Don that much anymore. Anyway, enough about us.
Enough about us.
Why don't we go to our first video, which Nancy interview, and then we have the trailer for Comic Sans.
Oh my God!
And then we'll bring up Don.
Absolutely.
Okay, so take it away, Bobby.
Hi, we're here for the premiere of Comic Sans, and I am here with one of the stars of the movie by Don Sill, Sherry Poland. Hi, sweetheart. How are you?
Hi, thank you so much for coming out and supporting.
Now, let me ask you this question. How did you get the invitation to be in this movie?
To be quite honest, I knew Don was writing something. He mentioned it a while ago, and he actually asked me. He said he wrote a part specifically for me, so I'm really, truly blessed.
Oh my God, that's wonderful. I'm so excited to see this movie.
Oh, I cannot wait. All the snippets that she's been getting to see, I'm so excited for tonight. So excited.
Cop movie with Vin Diesel, and they're looking for an unknown to play his funny sidekick. So she wants me to come down and audition.
Congratulations, but good come I keep getting in the ring, only keep getting knocked the fuck out. And this was supposed to be my time, George.
Whatever happens, happens. The thing is to keep your head in the game. Persevere. Consistent persistence, my friend.
It's called show business, not show friends, okay?
You guys are unbelievable. Holy shit.
Yay.
I might be speechless. Write it down. Write it the first time ever. Jen Sterling speechless. The Don Sill.
So awesome to see you. We had a great time at the governor's party.
Did we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't even remember.
She doesn't remember the.
No, I wanted to make sure he had a good time. That's all. I had a great time.
No, it was a blast. We had a good time. It was always good to see you out there, and I am enjoying watching your kind of rise within the scene as well. Yeah, because I feel like I saw you in your infant stages of stand-up when you came on the show. Put up, shut up, stand up.
And he was so kind to me. He was like, because the other comedian that I was against had to go like do a set, so we had to kill time. So to kill time, Don was like, "So what else are you into? Like you like doing other stuff?"
I think we talked about your ghost hunting. You know?
We talked about ghost hunting. We talked about how I wanted to do voiceovers. You gave me something to read. It was like the sweetest. It was like the sweetest little like.
That was, you know, and I feel I was there too with that because we brought her on the show.
In my eyes, it was just me and Don.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
All kidding aside, me and you had a great time too.
No, we.
No, Benny's always been great. Yeah, me and Benny go way back. We've been doing shows since WUSB days, and then we did that cable access show for like where you were the guest on it.
Yeah.
And have you ever seen that clip of him doing stand up? And we're like, it's like 20-something years ago. And both of us look a lot younger.
You don't look a day over 30.
And that was, he asked me to do that show. And then he was laughing at, there were jokes I just wrote that day. And Don's in the background laughing. I'm like, man, maybe I know what funny is. Maybe I have an idea.
Yeah. And Tony Walker was on that show.
Tony Walker was on it, and Russ Gerard, who I think is in Florida doing stand-up now.
That's where he is? I was always wondering about Russ Gerard. He was a great comic, local comic from around here. He was in some local commercials and stuff back in the day.
And he helped me out. He gave me some advice about, like, making faces and stuff.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You know, like when you tell the joke and then you know.
Like timing?
Yeah,
and like face punctuation?
Yeah, face punctuation.
I'm going to try that now.
King Kong
do
balls.
Do that in the camera.
King Pong balls.
And then in your head you play da-da-da-da-da-da, right? That's how
Yeah.
But anyway, enough about that. You have a movie coming. Well, it came out?
Yes, Comic Sans. Well, it's making the festival circuit now. We have some screenings of it. You guys saw the premiere. I was so happy that both of you were at the actual premiere of Comic Sans. It was a big success and a great day. Very proud of that. I was, life is filled with peaks and valleys, and that was definitely a peak for me, and definitely a high point. It was such a great to see something that from conception all the way to delivery is such a challenging process. But then when it's done and when it's successful and taken in by your peers the way it has been truly priceless, and it's super amazing.
I thought so. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I couldn't imagine what hit the editing floor, considering how jam-packed it was. You had some themes going on. You definitely saw like that lovely juxtaposition between Carrie's character and you and Big Mac. That everybody's trying to get ahead their way. I'm not going to give away anything. Go watch it because it's amazing. But the writing was absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you.
Yeah, my only critique was, how did you get booze in the bathroom? That was literally the only thing I could critique. And then I'm like, it's probably in the toilet tank.
Well, it's a little air, the flight bottles is what I had. I was drinking those because in that scene, that's where I meet Andy's character, the plumber. And does the plumber, does he really exist, or is he in my head? Does he just come out? So that's, one of those we'll find out. But but also, Carrie Kravitz, she came on after the script was written. We were doing a reading in the studio at the back of Gov's, and she comes in. She goes, "You guys are doing a movie without me," and joking around and stuff like that. And then we brought her in, and then I said, "If you're serious, we'll write you in." She goes, "Oh, no." But after she left, I told Tony, I said, we have to write her in. And then we wrote her in, and it's not just force-fed in there like a cameo. It's actually part of the story. And
yeah, it really is.
And it got the applause break.
Yeah, the way it was edited too was perfect for a break. Like, like I said, it was a very well done movie. Like I would expect it on like the big screen. It was on a big screen. It was everything I expected.
It was. Oh my God! Wait.
I told you I'm like a huge Don Sill fan. This is like surreal to me. Get me a little drunk. I'm like, I tell people I'm married to him.
We saw the premiere, but then you had another showing of it at the comic strip.
It just
recently,
like
a couple
2
of
weeks ago, was it 2 weeks ago? I think
2 weeks ago.
We had it a screening at the world famous comic strip live. It's the second oldest comedy club in the world right now. You got the Comedy Store in L.A. and then the comic strip are the two oldest comedy clubs. So to have a screening there was a huge honor for me. I'm a huge comedy nerd, and to have it there at that club, prestigious club like that, was super crazy, and it got another really strong reaction, and and I'm just hoping that continues. And Carrie got an applause break there too. People love to watch me get told off.
we really do. We really do.
But yeah, and then I just want to say Eric Haft, Carrie Kravitz, Joey Cola, Austin Brooks, Shari Polin, Tony Walker, Jeff Bossi, Andy Plagianos, and my good buddy Joey Petroni filled out that whole cast. It was all my good close friends. Benny was supposed to be in it in the beginning, but he's going to have a big character in the part 2.
The last show we did, I said I was supposed to be in it. They wouldn't let me get the word. So Jen and Pat Marone said that I'm on the cutting room floor. That you guys were, that you were like, yeah, let Benny do whatever. Go ahead. We're gonna cut him out anyway. But should we wait for Austin to tell the role I was supposed to be in, or you want to do it now?
Well, how much time we have in this segment? We could do it now, real quick.
We'll do it now.
Yeah, because Benny was supposed to be in it. Go ahead, Benny.
Okay. I was supposed to be in it. I was supposed to play his agent. His manager, right?
Right.
I was supposed to play his manager. Now, I'll be honest, I did the reading, too, for it. And I did the reading with Austin, with everyone at Governor's. Did the reading. There's a big part of his movie is with Good Will Hunting.
Right.
All right? Good Will Hunting. I'll just say that.
I actually love that movie. It's one of my favorite movies.
So I'm going to tell you something. I don't think I told you this I never saw Good Will Hunting. I just saw it a week ago. I saw it last week, finally. And I'm a big fan of Van Zandt, the Gus Van Zandt who directed it, but I'm a Finding Forrester guy. I like Finding Forrester. So I never saw Good Will Hunting. So I didn't really get it. And I never, when I was reading the part, I didn't feel right. Something didn't feel right to me about the movie. And then I missed. They were doing another reading at Governor's, and I missed that one.
How could you do that?
I fell asleep. I'm old. Okay, I fell asleep. He called me. He called me. He called me up. I didn't even hear the phone. Okay, he called me because
I called him when I was on my way.
He forgot to tell me about it.
We gotta tap into your life alert.
He forgot, because as you know, I was on one of those group, and you know how much I hate those group chat things.
I don't even want to talk about it.
I hate them. Yeah, because I left her group. She had a group chat. She decides to talk.
Oh, he left our group chat too.
It wasn't mine.
She decided to.
I don't group chat.
She decided to talk at midnight. Okay, I get up early in the morning.
Oh no, it was my chat. I'm sorry.
It was your chat.
Right,
I was gonna throw this at her.
I just get really excited about
Okay,
stuff.
I know. So anyway, so I got off the group chat. So Don forgot. So then he called me, and I fell asleep. I fall asleep early a lot.
Sleepy old man.
So I missed so the next day I said, why'd you call me? He says, oh, we did another reading. And I forgot you weren't in the chat. You didn't know.
I feel like at this point, Joey Cola was already in.
Do you want
Benny's out of the chat. It's good.
Do you want to interrupt me constantly? Do you want to tell this story? Do you know the story?
Do you hear this? Does everyone hear this?
Wow.
So listen to me. Did you rub my lamp?
I'm listening.
So
you might have to put money in this platoon after that.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. Yeah. I got money here.
There he goes. He's gonna.
We're wasting all this time when I could be listening to the story.
There's my 2 cents. So you should put your 2 cents in too. So Don told me, he says, Joey Cola and Carrie walked in on them doing the reading. And they said, where's our part? No, we want to be in the movie. And when I heard Joey, and I know Joey a long time. Joey's great, one of the greatest human beings. Forget about comedians. One of the greatest human beings I know. And it clicked to me, and I said to Don, I said, let Joey do my part. Joey should do my part. And what I said that something wasn't right. What wasn't right was me doing that part. That's what wasn't right. I felt something wasn't right. It was me. I wasn't right. And then when
he saved your movie is what happened.
And when I saw
movie called when I
saw Comic Sans and I saw the clip of Joey, but then when I saw Comic Sans in its entirety, it was like, how could Joey hit that out of the park?
He was very good.
All right, it was like I might have been able to hit that out of the short porch in Yankee Stadium. Joey hit it off the Green Monster. He hit it over the Green Monster in Fenway Park.
He was very good.
All right, he was great.
Yeah.
So that was going to be my part. So I'll be in the second one. It's better for me to be in the second one.
Yep.
It is.
I think you're going to have I have two characters I'm thinking about, and I'll let you choose which one you want to be. But both of them are going to be great parts.
All right, great. And will I be able to do a quote from Finding Forrester?
Maybe we'll work that in there. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Don's like way too agreeable. Everyone's like, I want to be in there, and he's like, go ahead, go ahead. Movie. Go ahead.
He'll be on the cutting room floor. Don't worry.
There's plenty of room.
Yeah, there's plenty of room on the cutting room floor for Benny.
That's one thing I love about Comic Sans, though, is that a lot of my friends are in there, and people that I've known for a long time, like Joey Petroni and Tony, and to surround myself with my friends and to create something that we could all be proud of. There's nothing better than that.
More than friends, great. Your family had a big impact in this movie as well.
Yeah. I got my family in there. My little cousin Zach Walker, Tony's son, also my cousin, my second cousin. His mom's my first cousin, and he was the first AD on the project. His girlfriend was our DP, and we had a really professional cast. All these students that just graduated fresh out of Five Towns did an amazing job. It was like a professional set. And
all these interns, like free labor.
You know what?
My son did the song too.
Yes.
Oh yeah, your son did the music.
Yeah.
The Five Towns, they have a great film program. They really do.
They really do.
And everyone who comes out of Five Towns becomes quite a professional. And I'm not just saying that because my son is a graduate of Five Towns.
Your son as well.
My son as well is a graduate.
And your son would have been a part of the movie also, but he was tied up in another project and couldn't do it.
Right, but he said, if Don needs me, I'm available.
And if you want to be in Don Sill's movie, you
too. And we'll even
right to Don Sill.
And we'll give you a calendar magnet too.
Yeah, there you go.
So, without further ado, why don't we go to our next video? You want to go to the next video?
Take it away.
Take it away, Bobby. And then we'll be back with Austin Brooks.
This is Austin Brooks, and he is in this phenomenal movie that we've been talking about for the last 30 minutes. And you are absolutely adorable.
Oh, thanks. I try.
Okay, now how did you get this part?
Don, actually. He seen me do stand-up at Governor's, and then I ended up doing his morning show with him and Tony.
Okay.
And then next thing you know, Don texted me, said I should hop in the movie that he has a perfect role for me. He's like, I want you to play yourself. And I was like, can't be that hard, right? Then you realize how hard it really is.
Yeah, it's not that easy. But I understand you were phenomenal, and we'll find out because we're going to be seeing it in about a half an hour.
Forward.
Okay. So what else? Where can people find you?
Instagram, YouTube.
Okay. And you have any gigs coming up soon?
Not right now. Nothing. Okay. Some private shows, so nothing crazy yet. But,
okay.
Soon. I mean, check me up on social media. Austin Brooks Comedy. I post all my shows on there. Or they're all on the stories, stuff like that.
Okay. So, Austin Brooks. Look him on social media. Check him out. Keep in mind, he's a very funny guy.
So long story short, they're putting together a cop movie with Vin Diesel, and they're looking for an unknown to play his funny sidekick. So she wants me to come down and audition.
Congratulations, but good luck.
Fuck.
And we're back with Austin Brooks.
It was nice.
The adorable Austin Brooks, yeah.
It was nice hearing how Joey hit it out of the park. I mean, well, he couldn't even get in the park.
I couldn't even park.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Of course. How was it? Was this your first film that you've done?
Yeah. I got to work with the fantastic Don Sill.
I mean, you know what I've said about him.
Next Tarantino over here.
That's right.
I mean, making dreams come to life.
Scorsese. Did you do acting before this?
Nope.
But you were a comedian, stand-up before this. That's where you met
yeah.
Don, right?
Yep. I actually met him doing the Green Room show. Just somehow just ran into each other. Next thing you know, he's like, "Hey, come do the podcast." And he's like, "I got a script for you, a character I'm gonna write you in." And I was like, "Awesome."
When I was doing the podcast with him, we were talking. First, the Green Room show, he starts talking about how he never knew he had an accent. I didn't know I have an accent. I don't know I have an accent.
He has an accent?
Yeah, so I remembered that. Then when I interviewed him on my show, it just kind of clicked. I was like, this is the kid. This is who I want to be in the film. So.
Yeah, I mean, to live all along other people pick up your accent, it's like, wow, how crazy is it? I mean, I'm not even from the city. Like, I went to school on a farm.
On a farm?
Yeah, my school was literally on a farm.
In Manorville.
I went to school.
Oh, in Manorville?
Yeah.
You grew up in
I got stuck on a
Manorville?
tractor going to work. It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Grew up out there.
So Manorville, you knew like 5 people. That's
Yeah,
why.
pretty
So like
much, yeah.
they probably had
Yeah.
accents. That's
And
probably how it happens.
only 4, maybe 1 out of the 4 like me. 1 out of 5 like me.
Well, the right person liked you because you were absolutely amazing in that role as an up-and-comer, and hopefully, and I think the movie's doing very well, winning accolades. Didn't win one in Korea?
No, Japan.
Wasn't it North Korea? No.
Yeah, North Korea.
Kim Jong-un loves our...
Yeah.
He's a huge fan of...
We had to cut half the movie out, but besides that, he loved it.
He loves me and Dennis Rodman over there.
Yeah, I was going to say, his only criticism was, how come Dennis Rodman not in movie?
But yeah,
not
it's
in film.
It's winning accolades everywhere, and now, this is on its way to take off. Engines are on. What are you going to do with your newfound fame?
Here. I mean, look at
He's on the Gagootz show.
There you go.
Come on. Sitting next to Don, I mean, it doesn't get better than this.
It doesn't get better than that.
For real. No, I mean, I'm excited. I mean, I'm gonna, I'm looking forward to taking up acting. I never thought I would really be good at it. But
you were very good in the movie. You really were.
Ah, thanks.
I'm not just
Very
saying.
I feel like you're just saying. I'm just kidding.
No, but he was very likable. That was like, because a lot of
Thanks.
times watching movies when you have like up-and-comers or people about to get famous, you kind of hate them. But like Austin, you were like, oh, I really hope it works out for him. He's so cute.
He radiates with likability.
Yeah, tell my parents that. All right.
You do, but
He's so
even
cute.
Nancy in the interview, when Nancy's interviewing you, she's like, he's so adorable.
Likability and adorable. I mean, how am I single?
You're a
I'm
comic.
a movie star now. It's like, come on.
Because you're a comic. Comics don't have that kind
You're
of...
going to have no time for love now. It's straight to the top.
I mean, I never really had time for it. That was my excuse.
Them
That's
girls ain't
what I said.
loyal.
Yeah.
Comedians don't have like women that go throw themselves on comedians.
Speak for yourself.
And you don't want that because
women. No, women comedians do. And then
comedians
You'd be surprised. Like some people DM me, like it gets creepy.
yeah, no, women.
like, and it's always guys that are like, looks like they're like missing part of a face. Like it's never just like a guy who's like, "Hi, I love your comedy." It's just like, "Hi, are you married?" And I'm like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, but it's because most male comedians, not you, most male comedians are very desperate because they don't meet women. They don't, not with, so when they see a female comedian right away, I want to write jokes for you.
Oh, they're thinking the same way.
What?
They're probably thinking the same way. Female comedians? They're probably thinking the same way.
What do you mean?
What do you think is like insecurity?
No, I'm just saying, like you just said, like, oh, like, we go after the girl comedians, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if they go after us, I get them too.
Oh, yeah, like comedians on comedians.
Oh, yeah?
Comedians on comedians.
But with the fans, it's different. I don't think there's groupies.
No, there's not groupies for...
But now...
With your next level comic, there'll be groupies.
I don't know whether to date a comedian or an actor now, I'm stuck in between.
Yeah. Well, the last
As an
show
actor, you'll have groupies.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Well, no, as a last show I did, everybody, the table in the front were wasted, and I was like touched outside. They were like passed me around for photos, and I was so uncomfortable because I just want to go home. So I'm just like, I like came home and I like told my husband, I'm like, I didn't like it, and he's like, you have to be nice to people. And I'm like, I don't like it. I don't want them touching me.
I was at that show.
Remember that? I was like,
I was
freaking
at that
out.
show and I'm waiting outside for
Oh, God.
everyone else. All the other performers were
stuck.
outside. And I'm like, where's Jen?
I got
I
stuck.
was waiting for Jen.
How were they
and
touching you?
The one girl, like, she, like, took my hand. She, like, put it on her butt for, like, a funny photo. I mean, she was, like, hot. But, like, I was like, come on, I gotta go. And I'm, like, stuck because, like, I'm big in a small room. It was in the giggle room. I, like, didn't want to knock stuff over. And, like, because, like, I start to freak out a little. So I'm, like, starting to be, like... And then, finally, I hear Benny's voice. But I'm, like, making the... Because I had to go out through the back to come around to get away from the crowd.
Just walk towards the voice.
I was like,
Walked-
I think I shouted, "I'm right here, Dad!" And then I like ran over to you. It's
But
like, what do you do when like you get lost or see a stranger you don't like? Like, Dad, I'm right here. But yeah, that'll happen to you. The audience has to be drunk. Period.
Exactly.
Yeah. Period. And then all of a sudden you have groupies.
You know what the best part about doing Dom's film was he let you improv too. Like, you know, that's what's cool about doing like a comedy film too. I feel like you could improv more, you know.
Oh, cool.
Like his lines were awesome, but sometimes you know, I'd go off scripts like that, and he wasn't like, you know, beating me up for it. Even though he got beat up a lot in the film. But.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. That's really nice of you. A lot of directors wouldn't allow that.
Well,
Type
you
of
get
creative.
if you watch like a lot of indie films, if they're strict on the script, then that's when you can tell people are acting. It's like, listen to me, okay? I don't want you to go there, you know. But if you let them be natural and talk the way they would normally talk, then as long as they understand what the dialogue is or where the direction of the scene is going, then they can make it their own, and then it feels natural. Then after third or fourth take, everything's flowing real nice.
Was Carrie's all improvised?
Well, it was scripted, but she again went off script. Like when she started going off on some of the lines were there already, but she embellished them in her own Carrie Kravitz way, and that was great. And that's same with Austin. He made it his own, and it really worked. Like that scene is just so great in the hallway when he stops me and tells me his big news, and
I can't wait for
You
that
can tell
blooper
like
reel
a
to
big.
come out.
I was paying attention.
Right?
Yeah, but you seemed genuinely excited about
Yeah, no,
it.
it was fun. I mean, how could you not be? It's a great time, you know, great people. You're with comics, you're with friends, you know, it's there's nothing better.
What were like some of the things that went on behind the scenes? Like, give us the tea. Give us some gossip.
Well, he was the very first scene of the movie that we shot. The very first, and like scene one, like it wasn't scene one, but it was the first scene we shot. So we were, everybody, cast, crew, everybody was like, all right, yeah, like okay, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
I mean, as a comic, you know, you think it'd be easy to remember lines because, you know, you remember your bit, but like sometimes, you know, you go off it, but it's like, okay, but like in a movie, you're like, I gotta remember word for word, and I was so nervous because like the first time, and then, you know, a couple scenes going, I was like, I messed up here, and I was just like, all right, you know, I'm just gonna wing it, kind of like, you know, if I forget it, and kind of some of it's like, you know, made the movie, which is pretty cool.
That is really cool.
Did you go through a lot of takes in some of the scenes?
With me and him, we rehearsed it quite a bit. We rehearsed it the day before. We Zoomed each other. First, we did all our table reads, so everybody kind of knew what the whole script was. And then we Zoomed the day beforehand, just kind of going over it and running it, and you know, key moments like when I was like, "What?" When, you know, that whole line, "What?"
It's
with the
weird
hand.
seeing yourself act.
Yeah, and then
It's weird,
You ever see
right?
yourself act? Like you're.
I'm acting all the
Oh,
time.
yeah, you're right.
My life
So
is an act.
It's just, you know,
Yeah, and she agrees.
No, me too. I'm just like, I don't even know who I am. Like,
But yeah, we also right in front of that little deli, right across from next door to the governor's.
Right.
We acted out, and people on the line waiting for their egg sandwiches got to watch us go through the scene.
Don was like, "Get it together!" Like, slapping me. I was like, "I'm sorry."
Yeah,
He was like, "What are you doing?" And then just backhanded me. I was like, "All right, I won't mess up no more." And after that, you know.
But it was ready. It was time to roll, and they called action. He was a professional, and we knocked it out. And we had to do quite a few takes because we did a reverse too. So it's a very narrow hallway. So we had to shoot all his takes and all his side, and then turn it around, and then do all my takes.
I love when you were running from. There's a part where you're running from someone, and I know where you're running, but you guys made it seem so much larger than it is, and I was like, "Wow, that's brilliant!" Like a lot of it was editing brilliance. There's a lot that went into this movie, and I'm quite the critic. So
Don's editing, your editing is
It's phenomenal.
It's great.
It's
Yeah.
phenomenal.
We were talking about when during COVID, Don and I were doing Don and Benny Face the World or something.
Don and Benny versus the world.
Versus the world.
His edits were great.
It was like every one day a week, we'd get together and we'd talk for an hour, 2 hours. And sometimes when we were done, I was like, I don't even know what the hell I was just rattling crap off. And then I would watch the show and I'd be like, wow, I actually look like I know what I'm doing. Because his editing was so good, you know? And he'd edit it, he'd put in clips from movies. And
It was so good. I watched a lot of what was going on during COVID.
Right.
And it was.
And they were the
good,
best.
yeah.
Don's shows
were the best.
Everybody was doing
Absolutely.
COVID stuff, and some of them were good. Don's was the best.
And Don still has his show going
Thanks.
on, and you're still
Yeah.
doing it kind of COVID style.
Yeah, I'm still doing conversations
Yep.
via Zoom. It's the best way for me to reach certain people that I want to talk to that are not local. you
Yeah.
know? So it's still, and most people now all know Zoom. It's second nature, but there's still some people that are like, we're still doing this? I'm like, yeah, well, you know.
There's actually some people still producing comedy shows on Zoom.
Yeah, I heard
which
that
is
too.
wild.
Yeah, there was one show that had like 30 comics on it for.
I saw that. Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah, I don't want to mention
Just
any
looking
names.
at it is hilarious. It had to be funny.
I'm sorry. If you're doing a comedy show, you know, and you're putting together, like, we're doing a fundraiser in
We are.
February 9th.
February 9th.
And there is, what, six comics on it?
I think 7.
7.
Yeah.
And that's like the limit, really, for a
You're 23
fundraiser.
short.
For what?
You're 23 short.
Yeah.
Because you get 90 minutes, so you got to chop it up, and everyone's got to, you know, this is the first show actually that like I'm quote unquote producing, and I'm not even producing it because everyone's donating their time. All of the money is going directly to Barbara C. Wilson, which is a preschool for children on the spectrum, so that way they can have
Very
like a fun
nice.
super year. I know, I'm great.
You should
I'm-
get this movie star over here to
I'm already at the limit. You heard Benny. I can't have one more person. No, I'm just kidding. Don't worry. Someone's going to drop out. It always happens. You're on board. Join up.
That's all right.
But you have to at least give a comic 8 to 10 minutes.
And what was so funny, I asked Jen, I says, how much time? So she says, how much you want? So I said, 12 minutes, right? Then she sends me the list, and all the comics who are doing comedy all the time, they're all doing 10 minutes, 8 minutes, and Benny Rizzuto's doing 12 minutes.
You asked me for 12.
Yeah, but I felt like, who the hell is Benny Rizzuto to be doing
You're
more
coming
time?
out of retirement for the stand-up show.
Yes.
It's very important to me.
I
and
know.
Like I said, it would be like saying no to my dad. You're like, you get 12 if that's what you want.
Saying no to Grandpa.
Yeah.
and you don't do stand up a lot these days, so to 12
No.
minutes, people gotta soak it in.
It's
and
going to take him 3 minutes to find the stage. He's going to be like, where am I going? So, you got to buff that time in.
There you go.
That room is tiny, boy.
The giggle room in there?
The giggle room.
And
yeah.
they expanded it. It used to be smaller.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
There's a little room, and then they made it to the giggle room, and now it's a little bit bigger. They broke open a whole wall.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's it's a nice room. It's
It is a
intimate.
nice room.
It's an intimate space for stand up. And sometimes those are the better shows, but it is tough to maneuver and get around. It's hard if you're an audience member, just sometimes sitting so close quarters. But if you've ever been to any of those clubs in the city, man,
It's cool how it looked in the film.
yeah, it looked great in the film.
It did, yeah.
Yeah,
You know, it looks a lot bigger.
yeah, we shot the whole movie right there in the
Right
giggle,
in that
the
giggle room, yeah.
room.
Even the conversations that you had, that's where you did your monologue also.
That's where I did the monologue, and that's where we had Eric Haft and my scene in there as well. And the whole thing was shot pretty much in Governors.
Yeah.
So like
That was great. Yeah.
like
That was really nice of Governors too.
James
Where was
and
Joey
Joe
Cola
there.
shot?
Joey Cola was shot in an office that's Andy Plajanos' office of his business.
Oh, it looked like a copy office.
Supposedly.
Yeah, I was like, this looks like a real office. What's going on here?
Yeah, so we had kudos to Andy for letting us use his office space for those scenes. It's right there in Bayshore, and Joey Cola came out. We shot that there, and then everything else was all shot right in Governors, right outside Governor. The car scene when I hit.
That is my absolute favorite scene. I think I quote that a lot. I get it wrong half the time, but that's
Yeah, no, that's a great scene.
That was
great
improv
scene.
too, because I didn't know where to go with it. Like, so I'm sitting there and like I was supposed to get mad, and then and I started. So we did like 2 takes, and then the 3rd take I started going nuts with my hat. And I actually, like Zach and Leslie, the camera, and everybody, they were like freaking like. Oh,
Has he lost it?
They thought I was like actually mad, and I was like, they looked like I was mad because I missed a line or something. I was mad at myself.
Told you.
So then I just started laughing, and I was like, "You guys all right? You guys okay?" And they're like, "What the hell was that?" So then I just kept it in there, and then I did it a couple more takes. And then, then we have...
Yeah, you guys have good patience. You do.
But he's also a phenomenal actor. Like, people actually, like, stopped and were like, oh my God, he's having a breakdown.
This is this is not Don's first movie. Don has made, you've made some other movies.
I made a web series called The Cankosaurus a while ago. And then...
Is it about dinosaurs?
And you did a couple of
You gotta be 18 or older to view that one.
You did a couple of movies before that, didn't you?
Well, I was actor.
An
as
actor.
far as produced and written them, this was my first actual movie that I've done that way. Cankosaurus was more improvised. It was about 2 middle-aged white rappers trying to make it in hip-hop.
That sounds hilarious.
Oh, it was.
I need to watch
gotta
this.
send you those.
Yeah.
It was a web series, right?
Yeah, that was a web series.
You probably would have casted for that film.
Excuse me?
He probably would have casted you for that film.
Yeah.
I was in North Carolina when I did that.
He was in Carolina, but I'll tell you this. I had a show in this studio, in Paradise Studio, in the other thing. So I had a show called Benny TV. So Don is in Carolina, and he sends me this clip. He's like, I put together this rap for you. Benny TV, man. He's outside of a building. He's like, Benny, where's Benny? My man Benny Gagootz has a new, and it had the caption of his name, which was Survive, right?
Survive.
Survive. So, and he does this whole freestyle rap of Benny going for a Yeti and eating spaghetti or something, and he does this whole rap, and then he says, Benny TV, baby. So I wound up using that as the opening for Benny TV.
I'm like really upset I've never seen this. I'm upset we don't have it queued up.
I'll send you a clip. But when I was doing the Benny TV show here, that was, my opening was not me, not pictures. You know, a lot of people have their intro as pictures of them. And no, it was Don saying,
amazing.
Benny TV, baby. And then I would have, I had the...
you ever see the checks for that?
Yeah, right. Where the residuals.
Yeah. And then I had, there was, I don't know the name of it right offhand, but when TV was not always on 24 hours, it would have this test pattern. And then, so I had the old test pattern with a Native American on it, and I put Benny TV on. So it would end with him saying, Benny TV, baby, and then it would have the test pattern.
I love it.
And then we go into the show. So that was when he was in Carolina. He sent that to me.
That's right.
Yeah, because that was...
I'm like so disappointed we don't have this. Like I just
what?
If you look up the Cankosaurus, Kankasorz on YouTube, you can find it.
There's gotta be so many home videos of you freestyling.
Oh, dude.
So
and I would show videos. I actually.
Can you freestyle too? We can do a cipher.
Yeah, do it together. I have to be honest. When I was younger, like I really wanted to be a rapper as well. So.
Really? Yeah. Oh, see.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do that.
You notice? You notice on
a good cipher going real quick.
They used to
Then
call
you can
me
do the
Gen
beatbox
Z
real
B.
quick.
You know, it was like a thing.
What do they call you?
Gen Z B.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we should do that. We should. I'm looking for a place to shoot like short videos for the show.
Okay.
So if I find this room, then we could do that. Could be
I'll
one
come
of the
with
short
my
videos.
Survive stuff. I got the whole thing. I got a hat and a jacket.
It's a great
my glasses.
It is a great web series.
I still have it.
He wears it every night.
It's all dusty, but he still has
I haven't done it
He
in
said
a while.
one day I'll get to put this back on.
It's a hilarious web series, and what's great about it too is every episode is only like 10 minutes or so.
They're short,
episodes.
quick little.
And they're hilarious.
You get your dose and you move on.
It's me and my partner Johnny G, so there's 2 of us, and yeah.
They're hilarious. Anyway, you notice today, most of the shows that we've done, I set the timer and we do 7 minutes. I didn't do that today.
You didn't. I've been looking at it though. We have got 8 minutes. So do we have another clip to show?
We're going to show another clip of Nancy interviewing 2 more people, two more actors that we actually mentioned, which is Joey Petroni and Jeff Posey.
Nice.
Oh, great.
So let's go to that, and then we'll wrap it up.
Videotape.
Go to the videotape, Bobby.
Wrap it up.
Hey, this is Nancy Rizzuti, and I'm here with Joey Petroni, who does 1,000,001 things, and one of the things he's doing is starring in this movie tonight, Dawn Sill's movie. And hi, Joey.
Hi, how are you, Nancy? It's awesome to see you.
I know.
Haven't seen you in a while.
I know. I came out of the cocoon. It's great to be here. So let me ask you, how did you end up with this part in this movie?
Well, Don had me emailed me one night and asked me if I was interested. He said this part was perfect for me, and he had me in mind when he wrote the part. And I was like, yeah, definitely, man. Don's awesome. I trust everything Don does. We've been friends a long time. And together through COVID, Don and I did a few projects. Benny did a few projects with us as well. And the one thing I never say no. And that's why you say I do 1,000,000 things.
He does a million things.
Especially to this. This is awesome.
He does. He does do 1,000,000 things. And he's never said no to me
I
when
never
I've done
say no.
fundraisers or anything. He's never said no.
I'm a yes man.
He's a yes man. We love that about him. Anyway, you're going to be great in this tonight. I know you will.
I haven't seen it yet, but I heard it's all. I mean, I saw clips that are awesome.
I know. I saw clips on social media, and I was laughing my ass off.
I had tears in my eyes on some of the clips. I won't give it away now, but it was funny.
It was good. It was good. So, soon we'll let everybody know where they can go to see it or buy it or whatever.
Okay.
Okay.
Looking forward to it,
Yeah, so thank you so much for letting me interview you.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Peace out.
Okay, hi guys, it's me again, and I'm here with Jeff Bosey at the theater, and he is in the movie, and he is hilarious. And how did you get this part?
Well, there was a lot of knee pads and bending over, and I was going to pay my way to get in, but Don Sill said, listen, just a simple handy would work.
Anyway, I saw the clip
Okay.
of you behind the bar.
Yes.
Oh my God, I was on the floor rolling. That's amazing.
Well, it didn't take much, power to get behind my inner, female that I had to play in this almost, where I get the whole, oh my God, so.
You were so funny.
Thank you so much.
So funny. So I'm really looking forward on seeing this.
Oh, thank you. Absolutely, I am too, so it's going to be amazing.
Hey, and how can people find you on social media?
You can go and find me on Instagram, comedian Jeff Bosey, or you can go Jeff Bosey on Facebook.
There you go. For Jeff Bosey, people. Okay.
Thank
Thanks,
you so
sweetheart.
much. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Oh, look at that man.
It's either you rap or you direct the movie. That's what it comes down to.
Don does everything though. Don's a rapper. He's a director.
Break
he's
dancer?
a producer. Break dancer.
I can do a little
Do you
bit.
know we're back
I haven't
on?
break
You know we're
danced
back on the
That
air?
was more crunking.
Do you know we're back on the air?
Hello.
Hey.
There you are.
They knew we were back on the air. They were just pretending that.
Benny, you're breaking the fourth wall on that one. Come on. I'm just kidding.
I'm the fifth wall. What did I say before? I told you I'm acting. I'm always acting.
I'm constantly. I have no idea who I
I
am.
do want to say, though, for anybody who was just watching Jeff Bosey interview of how he got the part, that's exactly how it happened.
He was funny. All the interviews. I want to give a big shout out to my wife Nancy Rizzuti.
Yes, Nancy.
Who,
Love Nancy.
She could have enjoyed being there and talking to a lot of people she hadn't seen in a long time, but she decided she would be the one doing the interviews.
She did a great job with the interviews. It's always great to see Nancy, a big supporter of the Long Island comedy scene for years and years.
Right.
Big supporter of you and everything you do.
And the Gagootz show.
And the Gagootz show. So God bless her. I love Nancy. And yeah, I hope
She's done interviews. We were talking about it the other day. From the original Gagootz show and on, Nancy interviewed Victor Botetto.
I saw that.
She right?
Fred,
what's
his name?
Fred Rubino.
Fred Rubino, yeah.
Fred Rubino, Tommy Gooch. What? What did you say?
I thought you was gonna say Fred Durst. I was like, oh.
But
she's a huge Limp Bizkit fan.
She just went on the tour bus with me.
Yeah.
Stevie GB, Goomba Johnny. She's interviewed a lot of people.
Nancy's she's a creative. As much as she wants to be like, I'm not going to come on your show. It's like, you're a creative, Nancy. She actually runs and started my fan page. I love her.
She's great.
She's so great. And she'll text me once in a while. I love that too. Tell me, give me an update about the page. She was like, oh, Lewis Black is following you. And I was like, yeah, but I can't see that on the page anyway. But I'm like, she could tell me anything, and I'd be like, yeah, that's great.
Oh, you know who is a fan of the Gagootz show, according to Nancy? So she's my wife. I have to believe it. Dana Carvey has actually watched our show.
The
And
church lady himself.
Wow, maybe Dana
What?
Carvey can get him on here.
What the fuck is this? What is that?
What did you just cursed?
Yeah.
Put money. This is a swear spittoon.
Holy shit!
We don't have a
Austin.
swear.
Oh, no, I just.
Holy shit!
God.
What do you have to put in?
Put in my. We actually had Alfredo Gagootz had a thing of for certain words you say
Got lunch
$1.
money.
Yeah, you
You
put
can't
$1
prepay. You
What?
can't prepay.
No, there's no Venmo, no
No,
Apple Pay or something.
You can't like 20 bucks.
I mean, who does this money go to?
It goes to the curse ferry.
The who?
The curse ferry.
It goes to the Gagootz Fund.
The curse ferry.
The Gagootz Fund.
Oh, okay.
So we can actually pay. We could pay real comedians to come on the show.
Oh wow!
Doesn't get
I
any
think he
realer
wants
than
the rap
this.
battle now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Rap battle, yeah.
Kick it.
No,
Who, you just like an old school rapper?
Who, me?
Also, just get into it. Yeah, Betty Gagootz.
Start a circle. Y'all gotta move. Y'all gotta move.
Yeah.
Alfredo Gagootz should do rap.
Yeah.
Alfredo Gagootz
I'm
should
Alfredo
do rap.
Gagootz. I kick
I mean,
you.
you're definitely part of a couple bands, I'm sure, Benny. Right?
What?
A couple garage bands. Right?
Who, me?
Yeah, you look like you were in a couple garage bands.
I played guitar. I used to,
figured.
I used to
I
write.
pegged you. It's
I
a
wrote
hat.
some songs. Yeah.
So did he. He wrote some songs too.
Yeah, he wrote better. He wrote better songs than me. We used to. When we,
Got the next
I'm
soundtrack
just
for the next
disappointed
movie.
they shaved his beard off.
yeah, I shaved the beard off. Nobody even. We didn't mention it. We have like a minute to go
left.
of the show. So anyway, I have to say, I shaved the beard off, and then people tell me you look younger without the beard. And if any young person looks like this, I pity.
They're
I
good
pity
actors
you.
too, I think, Benny.
I pity the poor person.
I just think people don't know what to say because they don't want to be like you're more handsome because that's not true. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
right. Thanks.
I'm just kidding.
Is there something else I could throw at her?
Well, we're running down to the wire, but I do want to say check out Comic Sans. It is probably one of the best shorts I've seen probably ever.
Wow.
Yes, no, definitely,
hesitation.
without a
Yeah.
doubt.
For any updates on the movie or anything, just check us out at Put Up, Shut Up, Stand Up on Instagram and on YouTube and on Facebook.
And how about you,
You
Austin?
can
What
follow me
do
at
you-
Austin Brooks Comedy. Listen to the podcast Sticks and Stone.
Oh, you have a podcast?
Yeah.
Sticks and Stones?
Yes. Sticks and
Oh.
Stone, because, out east, it's all sticks.
I thought like break your bones.
I mean,
Well,
we could do
sticks
that
and
too.
stoned,
It's
right?
whatever you
Stoned,
it's up to
not
your
stoned.
imagination.
Oh, you're talking about drugs?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay, good.
Throw a dollar in the jar.
I didn't curse. I was looking out for you.
Drugs is a bad word.
Terrible.
Anyway, thank you all
Thank you
for
guys
watching.
for having us. Thank you.
Once again, happy birthday, Mickey Delaney, Ann Rothney. Thank you. You're one of our biggest fans.
Thank you,
Love
Nancy.
you. Matt Pepitone was watching tonight.
Hey, all
Thank
right.
you. Marie Snortland.
That's my mom.
Yes,
Your
hello.
mom, she
My
watches.
mom.
She's a big fan. Claire, we got to have Claire back.
Like and subscribe to
Yeah.
Don's fan page.
All right. Thank you all. Thanks for watching. Have a great 2 weeks. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Peace.
Thanks.
Hey,